Well, speaking of volatility, hate to be a doomer here, but we're going to take a look at this Fitch downgrade of U.S. home builders to deteriorating.
Well, I think we just had some data that came out that aligned with the downgrade for U.S. home builders to deteriorating. So in the last week or so, we had I think it was NAHB Wells Fargo survey come out and state that from 32% last month, this month, 35% of home builders had to cut their price and over 62% had to give incentives. And if you remember, the reason these builders are giving incentives, doing forward commitments, things like that is so they don't have to cut the price. And so now builders are still giving incentives. It's been more than 60% for 15 plus months in a row now are giving incentives, but now you have an increasing number also cutting prices. And those two, that math don't math for builders. And so I think what we're
seeing. Did I read that builders had something like 10 months of supply in the market right now?
So, some as much as 13 or 15, depending on the market.
But we have a shortage, right?
Well, those are two different things. There's a shortage in the existing home sales.
Those homes are empty, aren't they, though?
They are, but they're out of reach for most home buyers because builders can't afford to build less expensive homes. Okay. So we have a glut of expensive homes that most American families can't afford. This is builder confidence. It fell 35 in June from 37, the 14th straight month below 40, and that's a run not seen, by the way, since 2011, 2012.
So what happens, Erin, if that inventory balloons from 10 months to 14 to 16, and then they start cutting and losing, and the builders start losing, and that ripples through the economy, and now values start to go down? Like you were talking, one of you was talking earlier in a show about some TikTok channel where people are predicting a crash of the housing market.
I think that's where you actually get people. I think that's where you actually improve affordability and where people can actually start to afford to buy homes again. And so I think that's actually would be helpful to.
But we don't want to put the builders out of business, though. So that's why we need reform when it comes to the regulatory costs of building a home, so that $100,000 of cost is not baked into the process, so the builders can actually build homes that people can afford and make money. Because if we put the builders out of business again, which we did during the Great Recession, that's going to make the housing shortage even worse than it is right now, because that's what started it. We need more affordable homes.
We need to build more. You're saying we need to build lower price point homes, but the prices are coming down every day on these houses now. So isn't affordability getting better?
No, because it's still not to the point where most Americans can afford it.